Philippe, how has your first week at the club been?
Busy, but we expected that one. It's not been a full week also. So interesting, it's a week of making analyze about everything, staff, players to get to know everybody, the way of working, the way I want to implement things. And I've been in a building where everybody was really motivated to do the right things. Of course, it's everywhere the same. It's never perfect from the beginning. That's also impossible. But I see the good intentions in staff, with the players, and also now the last 2 days internationals are back, so that's also a difference. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow to see the first game and to see the little seeds that we planted this week, to see how fast they will grow.
What have you learned about your players, and was there a low confidence amongst the group when you come in, given the start to the season?
I learned a lot, but not for your eyes or ears. No, it's important now. I see a lot of good things here, but I see a lot of things that we all together can make better, and we need to focus on that now. To do the things that were not so good before, to make them better. I saw good things in the training in that way. I know a game is different. There's another atmosphere, another tension than in training sessions. So I don't expect the perfect game tomorrow. I expect there will be things that go wrong, but it's important how you react at the moment, and that they're open to learn, to become better. That I've seen the last couple of days, and it's now continuing this story the next weeks and the next months to make it better and better.
How much change can you realistically implement from taking the job on Sunday and having a game on Saturday? Should fans expect to see differences?
I hope so. They see differences, but I'm not Harry Potter with the magic stick, who can change everything suddenly. No, it doesn't work that way. So that's the tough balance now coming in during a season, and it's not the first time. It was in Genk the same. It was in Monaco the same. When you come in during a season, you need to make first a good analyze what can be better and what is good also, and then just make prioritization that you look what is the most important things now this week to make better. And then next week, and next week, because if I try to do everything at one moment, then I kill the players, and you don't have anything anymore. So it needs to be step by step. It's the only way. I'm somebody who stays calm. I know the way to go, but I want to go fast also, and it depends how fast players react, how fast players understand also things. It can be that you need to explain some things only one time and other things 10 times before they understand and they know why to do it and how to do it. Football is a sport of 10 million or 10 billion small details. I see a lot of details they already possess, and they do in a good way. And there are quite some details we need to make better.
With this being your first game in front of a home crowd as well, is this important for you in terms of establishing that bond between yourself and the supporters, and giving them a glimpse of what to expect from your team in the future?
Of course, I'm looking forward to that, but I know this will not be our best game of the season, and it will not be a reflection of totally what I want. I hope to see things that we train on, that we see them in the best way in the game, but I'm realistic also. I'm not a naive person. So one thing is really important for me. I want to create much more the bond between supporters, the fans, and the players again. I think it's a crucial thing for this club from both sides, for the players, but also for the fans. So let's start with that tomorrow.
When you think about walking out in front of 50,000, your first game at Ibrox, is there an excitement within you, or are you more calm about what to expect tomorrow?
I like it. It's also one of the reasons why I came here and not in other places, because I love the passion. I'm a football addict. I love atmosphere in a stadium, but it's not like the first time you do it. It's different. When it was the first time in my player career, it was different. Now you're more used to those things. No, I will be. My focus will be on the players, not that all the fans are what they are thinking about me. That's not important. It's about the players. It's about the pitch. It's about winning games, and it's about playing better and better football with a dominant, aggressive style.
The news was confirmed today that you've brought Stefan in as your assistant manager. Can you tell us a bit about why you feel he's the right choice for you to join at Rangers?
Because I know him already a long time. We worked together in the past. We kept a good relationship. He knows the story. He knows the way I want to work. He's somebody who's really loyal, and he's somebody who's really good with players also. He had a good career, was also Belgian international. He knows the details of the game. He can make players better, and he's somebody who's also really good working with other people. And it's something really important in the staff for assistant managers, that they can work really well together. It's not a one-to-one business and you do only your own job. No, I want to create a team around the team who's the best, who's even better than the team itself.
In terms of your squad for tomorrow, Philippe, are any of the players who were injured before the break, are they back and available?
Cantwell will be back. Jack Ryan will be back, but with not playing 90 minutes. It's also one important thing that you guys need to know. I always work in a really good way together with medical staff. I'm really on top of that. So in the beginning, all medical staffs, they are a little bit surprised because I want to know all the details. I want to discuss about all the things. I want to work also more individualized with the players towards what they do in the week physically, to make them ready for the games, not only for the next game but for the next couple of months, because I want to create the strongest physical team in the league. So you need to align things. That's everywhere the same. So if they say they cannot play 90 minutes, I will take that in account and I will not break them.
Is that something that you have to improve on? Because both Michael Beale and before that Giovanni van Bronckhorst, they suffered with lots of players being out injured at the one time. Is that something you're keen to improve on?
Yeah, of course. I have here a list with all the players who are not available for the moment, 90 minutes, so it's too much. You're not happy like that as a manager, because you want all the players to be fit. It's also one part of our job, to keep everybody fit, or as much as possible. It stays a contact sport, so things can happen. But in all the places that I worked, there were always not many injuries, and the availability was above 90%. So that's also one of the things we want to improve next couple of months.
How far away is Danilo? We see him training with the mask on. Is he fit to play soon?
Yeah, he's adapting. It's his first moment in a game. With the mask, it's always different. Every player reacts in a different way, but you see every day he gets more confidence with it.
Is he available this weekend?
Probably we're gonna need him to be available this weekend, because we have too many offensive players missing for the moment.
Can you outline who is unavailable?
For the moment, unavailable is Tom Lawrence. Rabi Motondo is also unavailable. Kemar Roof is not available for 90 minutes. Todd Campbell is also not available for 90 minutes. So those are already a lot of players that you cannot put from the beginning of the game, or you need to change them after a while.
When would you expect Todd Cantwell to be available?
We will see. He made a good week now, good adaptation after the injury, and it's now step by step increasing his physical ability and his robustness.
You said you want to make small changes. If the players that are struggling with form or confidence, in your management style, do you say the way to build that back is to play them and try and get the confidence back?
It depends individual by individual. I need to first put a team who wins the game. That's clear. So, of course, they need to be more confident, but it has to do also with having a clear structure and clear ideas what we have to do with and without ball. And we worked on that last couple of days, not much. So it's 2 days now that all the players were back. So that's not so much time to change immediately, directly, total style of playing football. That's impossible.
Under the previous manager, there was a criticism that the team didn't have an identity. What would be your team's identity once you have it fully established?
Like I said this week, dominant football, changing of positions, chances, but out of a clear structure to avoid the transitions.
Philippe, can I ask you about your attitude towards social media and your players being on social media? I ask in the context of Todd Cantwell and the ongoing argument he has at the moment with one of the pundits in Scotland. Are you aware of that?
To be honest, it's been a very busy week. I didn't have time to look at social media, not even mine. So somebody is doing it for me. My social media, of course, I check if he puts something or he posts something, but I'm not looking about the reactions or all those things.
Generally speaking, are you okay with your players being on social media?
I think it's part of the world of today. It's part of this generation, but they need to know how to use it and what to do with it, and not to be influenced by it. So if you say there are problems about that, that's another point I can put on my list to make better for the next couple of weeks and months.
A couple more guys.
Philippe, you said earlier that there's too many injuries, getting injuries during games. Are you wanting to change the training setup here to try and help with that?
Yeah, of course. That's also one of the stories that's important.
In what way?
I cannot go too much in detail with that, but in the way we're gonna train, the length of the training, what you do in the training, what people are doing, what the staff is doing. There's a lot of things we can do in a different way.
So just on that, do you think that perhaps in some situations the way they previously trained has affected their physical shape just now?
No, I'm not saying that because I was not here, and I don't care, to be honest, because you can hear now stories that people tell. If you were not here as a person to see it, it's not important. Important is what's now the situation and how we're gonna improve that we have less injured players. The past is the past. It's now a new story. I know really well how I want to work. I want to work more individual on the physical level with players because that's a modern game. We're gonna train a lot collective, but in these collective trainings, the players gonna have more individual targets physically. So I adapt to that in every training. It takes a lot of work, also a lot of work for the staff. So we are starting to organize all those things that we can work in that way, and that we can build the strongest physical team, like I did in the previous clubs. It's a very important thing because football is a sport of 11 players moving together, and it's a very important part in the way I want to see football also, that people move together at the same moment with the same idea to create spaces for each other. But it's a sport also with individual athletes, and it's our tasks as coaching staff to get the best out of every individual, and the potential of every individual athlete is different. The things that they need to do on the pitch depends also on position. It's different. If you train the same way with the central defender as with the fullback, it's crazy. They need to do different things on the pitch with the ball and physically. So you need to give them the individual things also. And it's my task to combine all those things together in one training.
Last question, please.
Philippe, you said on Tuesday that you sensed maybe that you didn't want your team to play with fear, you want to be dominant. Do you think the players have been doing that, maybe playing within themselves, and would you like to see them take more risk and be braver going forward?
Yeah, but it's not risk to do stupid things. It's not that. It's not to dribble in our own box or to give shit lateral passes on our own half. It's not about that. No, it's about being brave. It's about doing actions, playing forwards, not thinking, we keep the ball and now we're safe, I don't take a risk now, I don't lose a ball so nobody will do at me. It's more about that. It's about giving this ball forwards, also to make runs without ball, without being afraid, if I make this run, I'm not in time back. But out of it. To do that, you need to create first a structure for the team. So we made the first steps in that way, that we want to make clear if we attack in a certain way, what are the positions of everybody at that moment. And like this, we can develop this week by week. So it's an interesting journey.
Okay guys, thank you.